Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, y'all, I got the camera set up because I'm playing Operation Save the Plants. In fact, let me move the camera down so you can see. As you can see, down on the ground here, I got my broom ready. I had to cut leaves from, I did have a couple of losses, unfortunately, but I had a lot with dead leaves from yesterday when I told you I came in and the greenhouse was overheated because I had closed up the windows and locked it up because it was going to be 42 that night. Well, I paid the price for that because I didn't get out here yesterday until after 5, and boy, these plants were suffering. So I had to cut a little bit of the raspberry here, the golden raspberry. Blueberries did fine, both of them. My sister's plants are all but dead, and I tried to call her because she was supposed to come get them today, and she did not, and she's not answering her phone. So guess what? They die. And then she don't have to worry about me starting anything else because all you have to do is come by and pick up your free plants, and you haven't. You know, come on. You can't be that darn busy. But anyway, I'm not even gonna harp on that. See, I even lost, you know, I'm pulling a leaf from the pink hull. Okay, that'll survive. My heat tolerant plants are doing pretty good. My peppers back there, the cherry and the sweet banana, are doing good. I lost the bachelor's button, but I left it in there simply to see if it will come back. Blueberries doing good. That lettuce came back after I watered it earlier, and I just watered everything. I checked to make sure that I wasn't over watering, and based on how the soil felt, nope, I wasn't. I lost part of my diva cucumber, but that wasn't the true leaf. The true leaf is doing good. So I'm thinking, you know, even there, these are the original leaves, but the true leaves are doing great. So I didn't pull that one off because it was too close. I'm gonna let it grow a little bit more. I think I lost the loofah because one of the true leaves died as well as the original leaves. So I left that little teeny tiny leaf because I know what a loofah can do. I lost a pimento pepper. It was totally dead. It was the smallest, weakest one in there. I lost a lesia. So I'm down to 3 peppers in this pot. And I know why I lost those. They just weren't strong enough. And I put all those peppers in there. And I still need to get them separated. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I can't wait on that. I didn't lose any of these, thank goodness. No, yes I did. I lost the Carmen because I had 3 of them. So I lost the Carmen. So now I have 2 Carmen and 2 Jimmy Nardello. And that's fine. That's enough for me. Okay. My raspberry bush, I lost some of the leaves on that, and there they are on the floor. But see, I'm getting blooms now. So I took those leaves off so that those blooms can bloom. I don't know if you see this bloom right here. And then I have one there, and there's a few more scattered about. Eventually, it'll go into full bloom. Grapevine didn't have to do anything to that. And I see something happening there. I hope that's a grapevine and not a leaf. We'll find out because I've never seen that before on a grapevine plant. So let's see what it turns out to be. Okay. Surprisingly, my ground cherries did good. The pineapple ground cherries curled up a little bit, but they're looking good now. So I didn't bother with the leaves on that. That will recover on its own. My melons did good. See, but those are heat tolerant plants. Peanuts, same thing, heat tolerant, very heat tolerant. Okra, heat tolerant. So nothing happened with any of the plants down here. So I just gave them a good water. The strawberry plant, I watered it today, but I did not water it even with the heat. I didn't water it yesterday because I've been watching the strawberry videos every day, and they were saying, they said you can put the mulch around strawberries, but they prefer not to have it. But since I've already done it, I left it because they're doing good in it. But they said to watch the water level. Strawberries do not like a lot of water. And so because it was still moist due to the mulch on yesterday, I chose not to water it. But I gave it just a wee bit of water today. Blackberry bush is doing good. And I think I saw a bloom on the blackberry bush coming. I hope that's not wishful thinking, because y'all know last year I didn't get nothing. Cherry tree, it did pretty good. And I told y'all I brought my figs in. So I'm still watering those in hopes. I think the way that I pruned it is what kept the leaves from coming. I don't know, but I know this plant is still alive because y'all saw when I did the test. So I'm gonna do that test again on both of them to see if I see green on the inside. And they just look like they're alive to me. So I know I won't get anything this year. And they grew so well last year because these were little figlets. They were babies last year. And they grew to this size. That greenhouse collapse just really messed things up. But I believe these figs are going to come back. And I'll overwinter them again this year. Okay, so that's it. So all in all, the damage wasn't that bad. This is the total amount of leaves that I lost. So that's almost normal. Ooh, and I have to remember to get the garbage out tomorrow because tomorrow's garbage day. So let me get this stuff swept up. And then I will show you the solution I came up with, because basically, you know, with this greenhouse getting hot, that was just the beginning based on one simple mistake that I made by closing it up. But shoot, it's to the point now when it starts getting hot here like it did today, 85 and above, this greenhouse with the windows open, with the fan, everything is cool now. It feels good. I know these plants are saying, ooh, thank you, Jesus. But basically, the problem is keeping this thing cooled off. And so, wait, hold on. One of my tomatoes was slumped from yesterday. I just picked it up. So basically, I said, I've got to come up with a solution. So the solution I came up with, hold on. Let me get this swept up real quick. This floor sweeps up so good, and I love this rub. And my grapevine experiment failed because it died. That was the first casualty from the heat. So that experiment is now null and void. I'll show y'all the grapevine because I saved it so y'all can see it. Okay, let's dump this. Okay, that's enough. I don't have to make it perfect. Okay, y'all. This is the grapevine, y'all. So, experiment done. Most of the leaves are dead. I mean, it's still, I don't know. Y'all know I hate losses. Let's see, this one. I'm gonna leave this one in there. Yeah, it's looking bad, but I'm gonna just tear this off. See, because I got a new leaf on there. I'm gonna leave this one. Let's see what happens. This one too. You never know. This might give me some grapes, y'all. Let's stick them back in the water. I'm just trying to root them, that's all. These can, well, we got one. Let's try keeping this one. Okay, we're gonna keep that one too. Let's see what happens. Okay, we'll just set that right there and see what happens. Okay, so, but anyway, back to the story back to the story about the heat of the greenhouse. I said, okay, Lord, what do I do here? Because I'm going to have to figure out a way to cool it off. Thought came to mind, oh, I know what to do. Shade cloth. So I was like, okay, I'll fight for the rest of this week, but next week I'll need to purchase a shade cloth. So I decided, let me scan eBay and Amazon to see how much shade cloths cost. And what a shade cloth, I know most of y'all already know what one is, but basically what you do is during the heat of the day, you can toss it over the roof of your greenhouse to keep the sun from coming in too much. And it kind of keeps the greenhouse cooler than what it would be otherwise. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something that I cannot find. What in the world? Hold on. I can't walk and chew gum. Okay, so, alrighty. Well, can't find it. So I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so anyway, I was like, okay, let me look at the prices here. And they weren't that expensive. Then it dawned on me, because when I was looking at these shade cloths online, I was like, wait a minute, I have one of those. Y'all, there it is. I forgot that last year, when I was getting ready to have my birthday party, I bought that at Home Depot because my sister was like, we need to get something to block the view. And y'all know what view I'm talking about. Hold on, let me get the camera back on me before I go in. It's getting ready to rain, y'all. So I came to cut off the fan and prepare for the rain. Oh, and set my buckets out because I forgot to do it the other night. And I could have had a lot of rainwater. So I'm getting them out today to get that rainwater to water my plants with. But anyway, I bought that for the view and I was like, that's it. And so I went to the shed and got it because, in fact, I was almost getting ready to throw it away because I was like, what do I need it for now? Unless I want to, try to block something again. It's a shade cloth. It even has, let me show it to you. And this is just how they looked online. They're thin. The sun can still come through it. And it has these on here so that, when you toss it over your greenhouse, you can easily toss it. And this is a nice size one. So I'm going to use it. So what I'm going to have to do, I think what I'm going to do is use this shade cloth, not today. But first of all, I'm going to look at some tutorials. Because a lot of people say, oh, I put my shade cloth on in the afternoon as soon as it heats up at noon or whatever. And, but I get the sun fully all day. I think what I'm going to do is at night when the sun begins to set, right around 7 o'clock, like now would be the perfect time if I wanted to toss that shade cloth, because that's going to be some tossing, y'all. Y'all already know. But I'm just going to toss at the back. The front doesn't need it. But anyway, nightly, I will take one of those long sticks, toss it over, and cover the, from the back to the middle. And this shade cloth is plenty long to do that. And so I'm going to cover that. And so when that sun comes up, it'll stay cool in here, yet and still, the sun will still be able to come through the shade cloth to provide light for the plants. And then it's going to keep it cool. And then in the evening, right around 5 o'clock or whenever I get out here or whatever and open the greenhouse up, then I will remove the shade cloth. But the heat of the day for me is around between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. 5 p.m., y'all saw earlier, it was 5 when y'all saw that the sun had cut off to the left over there, working its way around to the west. But between the hours of I would say the hours between about 2 o'clock, 2 and maybe 4 o'clock, those 2 hours is when the sun beams right through the middle. That's the time where that shade cloth will be needed the most. And as the summer wears on, I'll be up earlier and stuff. Lately here, I've been sleeping too late, but I'm getting ready to get myself back on track. In fact, when I went in after the first video, I slept for 3 hours, so I know I'm going to be up tonight. Until I can get this vitamin situation straightened out, that's just what's happening. But I feel so much better after getting that 3-hour nap. And hopefully that might be the one thing that I needed. And I've been resting for the past few days. But anyway, so that's the solution to the hothouse, as I call this. So we're going to start this probably tomorrow. So I'm just leaving it right here on the floor so I can remember. I'm going to set my alarm tomorrow because I want to be out here at least before 2 p.m. to get that shade cloth tossed over, and we will see how it works. If it's raining, I won't bother, because on days that it rains or overcast, it does not get real hot in here. It gets warm, but it doesn't get blazing hot. And it still won't get as blazing hot as it was yesterday. That was my fault. I left that bucket of water in here. Plus, I had everything closed up, including the windows. No fan on, nothing. So it was probably 150 in here, if not higher. That I know. But, so that won't happen again. In fact, those windows will stay open forevermore. I don't care how cold it gets, because we're not hitting the frost. It would have to say it's going to be below 32 degrees, and that's not happening in the month of May. So I know that's not happening. So I will do that. And then also another thing I'm considering is, once it starts getting real hot, if it's not going to rain that night or something like that, I can leave the fan running all night. After 7 o'clock, just cut it on, or come out here at 9 and cut it on and let it run for the night. And that'll keep the greenhouse cool too, if it doesn't cool off on its own. One good thing about Michigan is at night, I don't care how hot it gets during the day, it can hit 100. At nighttime, it cools off at some point. We get a lot of humidity here. That's our problem. It's not necessarily the heat, it's the humidity for us, for people, breathing and stuff like that. But as far as heat, burning your skin and making you clammy, that's during the day. But at night, you're fine. That's why people party all the time in Michigan at night, outside. It's the perfect weather if you can avoid mosquitoes and stuff like that. But, so I think I've got a solution. So we will see how that works. So I've been on here 17 minutes. I didn't mean to be on here that long, but I did want to tell you about that. So that's it for the evening. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And may God bless you all. Bye-bye.